system where we are helping people become crypto millionaires, and I'm super excited as always to be here with you on today's In Crypto show and let you know about the latest news that are happening in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. So welcome every single person that is watching this video or in the replay, because it is exciting. Every day something is happening with Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, some news, some ideas, and I wanted to be up to date because the next bull run, I wanted to catch it. I wanted to be prepared because anticipation is power. So what we are seeing right now is $270 billion market cap. Bitcoin is trading at about $6,688 right now, which is a slight change upwards in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is up 1.6% as well. So we're kind of in this range of plus couple hundred, minus couple hundred volatility for Bitcoin. So in order to see the next big bull move, we need to confirm that above $6,780 at least, and to close the months at least by $7,000, if not $7,500. Okay, so all overall, and you will see that by the end of the year, we see much bigger prediction for the price of Bitcoin, where it is going. So congratulations for everybody who is also holding these coins that are outperforming. 37% for Loom Network, 11% for H Share and Polymath. I have a good friend that has a lot of money in Polymath, so congratulations. 10% up. Digibyte is up, so really exciting. Some of the projects over here, and of course the bigger gainers and losers. We can see some of them. Look at this, 325% upwards for Sakura Bloom. So the first news of today, and this is to start off with some positive bullish predictions from the Wall Street's Tom Lee. He's famous for his bullish belief and approach and his predictions. So he's saying basically 22 to 25,000 dollars per Bitcoin by the end of this year. It is based on the $1,000. That's what Bitcoin can reach, and you can see this graph over here. Just analyzing the figures, the bulls and the bear market since 2010. This is something that you need to realize and understand at all times, that there are seasons within the market. There's bears, there's bulls, there's summer, there's winter. So winter never lasts, right? The bear market is going to end. It's going to finish at some point, and then start a bull market, and then again. So based on this, you see a couple times we've seen 70% decline in the value of cryptocurrency based right here in 2013 and right here in 2018. Okay, so they're based on the past, right? Prediction for the year 2020 is $91,000, which is very exciting if you're a long-term investor into Bitcoin and you're not really that much focused on Bitcoin. You're just holding Bitcoin for the long term. It is going to be great. Okay, but you need to be aware and you need to see the news of what is going on, right? So the sentiment for this week, Bitcoin risk falling below $6,300 on the lower side, and acceptance of below $6,300 would abort the bullish view. But on the higher side, if we see aggressive move above $6,700, then we'll see it open the doors to $7,000 and beyond. Now, first news of the day, we have this firm POW, Proof of Work X, which is redefining how mining should be done. So right now, as you know, there is a huge expenditure on electricity and very centralized source of mining power with the manufacturing of chips coming out of China. Between 50 to 80% of Bitcoin's mining hardware is being basically manufactured by Bitmain out of China, right? So it's very centralized. So that's one risk that it has to do with this, and also to scale to move trillions of dollars in value, we need to come up with new solutions according to the developers of POWX, right? This is the idea, to create optical proof of work which uses a more energy efficient laser technology as the cornerstone of mining. So right now they are basically hopeful that the whole infrastructure of all the miners are going to accept those changes, right? Which of course they'll encounter some opposition there because you know, changing the status quo is really not that easy. And of course the manufacturing companies of those chips that been using, you know, they want to continue doing it. So it's not really that clear right now. Is it a better way to mine Bitcoin or not? So you can read this whole article, but the implication of that we are still not sure. But it is being basically supported by several Bitcoin developers at the core that's saying, okay, it can be worked. This idea can be worked. So we'll see how the time is going to unfold, and if it's going to solve the next Bitcoin crisis, because the energy is being estimated that about 0.15% of all energy world electricity cost is coming from Bitcoin mining, right? Which is huge. Another set of experts saying $15,000 by the end of 2018, which is slightly lower than the prediction by Tom Lee, but still, hey, $15,000, I'll be happy with that. Now the EU's biggest ETF firm expands now into crypto products, which is huge. You know, this is bringing basically the mainstream, this Stockholm-based firm, XBT provider, is now offers ETFs based on Bitcoin Ether. Basically, people who are connected to the bank accounts inside of Stockholm, right? They'll be able to easier entering into the Bitcoin and Ether holdings with this ETF, which is good positive news for Bitcoin and crypto. And surprise, surprise, we have IBM that is signing $740 million deal with the Australian government to use blockchain for data security. So they really want to be in the blockchain business, and that's a $1 billion deal on Australian dollars that IBM signs, and they want to move out of the paper society. We have so much information that is being stored on paper that is just unnecessary, right? It can save huge amount of cost for the whole government, right? When they transition into storing everything into blockchain. And this is what in the future, guys, everything is going to be stored on the blockchain, and the governments and the cities and everybody is going to adapt to this way of being and going into the paperless future. So this is really exciting. Now, Ethereum is facing a growing gas crisis. Now, what is a gas? It's basically a transaction fee that we are paying on the Ethereum network. And right now, the crisis is with the transaction fees are higher than they used to be. And people are paying as much as $3.20 for a transaction to be accepted, or they need to wait for 30 minutes for it to be accepted into the block, which is slightly lower right now than $3.20, but still they are working on solutions on how to decrease the amount of ether, right? The gas that you are basically, the gas is using the Ethereum network. You know, when you send Ethereum back and forth to addresses, you pay gas, and also with the tokens as well that use a lot of gas. So if there is some particular exchange that is consuming a lot of like this one, Fcoin, right? If they're doing lots and lots of transactions with ERC20 tokens, which is sitting on the Ethereum network, that rises the prices of the gas for the Ethereum network. Now, speaking about blockchain, Facebook is serious. It's very serious about developing a blockchain for Facebook, you know, and tapping into the 4 billion user base that Facebook has, as it now appointing a new senior engineer, Ivan Cheng, as the director of blockchain engineering, which is pretty exciting. We'll see what Facebook is going to do in the future with the blockchain technology. Now, predicting that Bitcoin will go to zero will send your reputation to zero as well. Unfortunately, there is still article experts and sites that are spreading FUD, fear, uncertainty, doubt, and saying Bitcoin is going to go to zero, blah blah blah. It's a bubble. It's a fake currency. And Bitcoin now died 390 times according to Bitcoin obituaries, like in a zombie movie. I mean, come on. You can say all day long in those articles that Bitcoin can go to zero, but this is an insult on your intelligence, and we'll see how people are going to be continue listening to you if you keep saying those things, because they're just not educated about this space and what can happen. Like Bitcoin is not in a bubble like people say it's a bubble. It's like it's only based on people that are entering the space, and other people are afraid to miss out, so they jump in on the bandwagon as well. So all of this is part of the market cycles, but it has value, it has utility, it has multiple projects that have been built on the Bitcoin network and is stronger than ever before. So saying things like that, and with the BIS chief compares to crypto alchemy, urges young people to stop creating money. I mean, he just doesn't understand the business of Bitcoin. It's like, why would you be concerned about the pace of technological progress? I mean, come on. As people are going to be deciding which money they're going to be using, right? And everybody has a right to create their own money, and if it's going to be adopted, then awesome. If it's not, then not. It's like suffocating creativity in a way. It's not a good thing for the world, right? We created internet so people can publish news and articles and opinions and YouTube videos and whatnot, right? To create and be a voice in this space, in the world, to connect us all together better. So to say stop creating money because we are afraid of this technology is just simply not going to happen, because he's of course representing the central banking systems, and they are afraid of Bitcoin cryptocurrency to take over. And they say, he said that better than diverting this talent to create new currencies and redefining money and reinventing the wheel, why not do something else with this talent? Well, if you take a look at how many new positions are being opened for blockchain engineers, you will see a huge boom in this area. So it's definitely revolution, and technology is not stopping, it's just accelerating more and more and more. So just stop listening to to people like this that you encounter saying that Bitcoin is a bubble or a Ponzi scheme or whatnot. Now, speaking out loud for the recent ban from the Indian banking system, saying we're not going to work with crypto companies, McAfee is not calling out for a boycott for this institution, saying, hey, let's not do business with the banking systems in India who are banning crypto companies from stifling innovation in the space, and let's stand all together. And I think that it's a great move in this area of letting those big banking corporations know that we have the power, and if there is demand for people to use cryptocurrencies, they're not going to tolerate a stupid policy by the banking in India that didn't even dig into creating this ban about what crypto is all about. So if I were in India, I would definitely join this boycotting, not doing business with the banking and trying to do that. And just like Australia, UK as well, they can estimate it with the blockchain technology, they can save $8 billion for the government, right? So that is huge. And finally, I want to say that Binance exchanges just keep profiting and profiting and profiting, and they are now expecting profits on $1 billion in 2018, which is today one of the largest exchanges in the world, trading $1.2 billion in trades in the past 24 hours. And they'll be moving and creating serving markets such as Uganda and Bermuda, because they relocated to Malta this year to avoid, paying taxes and all of that stuff. So those are the news for today in crypto. In general, we are still yet to confirm whether it's going to be a continuation of the bear market or we are entering into the bull market. I personally think that we still have some time to accumulate and enter good positions in the space before it's too late and the market will go into yet another bull market, probably starting somewhere in September, according to many sources. So get ready, because it's going to be sweet, and take in the profits from the next big bull market like in the last 2018. All right, so I'm looking forward to see you on the next episode. Have an awesome weekend, and talk to you